there's a deep connection between money as an instrument of change and what you're doing now at social capital.
Here's the thing. About 150 people that run the world. Anybody who wants to go into politics, they're all fucking puppets. Okay? There are 150, and they're all men, that run the world. Period. Full stop. They control most of the important assets. They control the money flows. And these are not tech entrepreneurs. Now, they are going to get rolled over the next 5 to 10 years by the people that are really underneath pulling the strings. And when you get behind the curtain and see how that world works, what you realize is it is unfairly set up for them and their progeny.
I don't think I had my mic on before. I apologize, guys. Anyway, howdy and aloha. This is James with Monotalk. And there it is. I mean, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Another guy says there's like 533 of them now. Because they've added some new members and they're all aboard with all this shit. They control all the money and all the donations and all the elbow grease and all this other shit and these backroom deals and all this Bilderberg and G7, G20, you know, fucking name it. It's all them. It's all them. If you think it's, you know, Biden, or if you think it's some prime minister or some other president or some other world leader, it's not. Okay? The only people that I know that are kind of like not into it, or probably not subscribing to it, or have kind of dabbled into it and said, no, it's probably Putin. I'm just saying. Because it seems like that guy doesn't want to fucking be a part of that shit at all, because he just thinks it's a fucking stupid idea. And then Elon Musk recently said, not a good idea to have one world order, you know, because if that falls, what do we rely upon? Right? I mean, if that is a complete failure, which it already is, you know, I don't know how to fucking tell you this, but I mean, we've got all kinds of shit happening that these guys are creating, right? Every chaotic thing that's happening in the world, you know, besides you put something red in the fucking laundry on hot and everything comes out pink, is them. They are fucking pulling all the strings. The guy fucking said, that's an ex-CFO or CEO of fucking Facebook. He knew they all get their orders from these fucking people. Your legislators, your judiciaries, your executives, right? I mean, they're all puppets of the World Economic Forum. I don't know what to fucking tell you. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Okay, and that's it. Have a good day. No, there's a little more I want to go over, because there's a weird thing that happened. I noticed in a WordPress that came about, and I'm going to show you this real quick. Let me just make sure I get to it on here. All right, this is kind of weird. Right? I don't know if you guys remember this guy, but he's the guy that folded the this is the guy that folded the handkerchief and said you could use that to stop COVID during Trump's administration in 2020. It was still there, right? I was fucking laughing. That's right. Just use that fucking handkerchief or whatever. Use the guy that fucking folded it. But what's weird is this article is stating, I don't know if this is a play or if this is a script, or I'm not sure, but it's February 19th, 2023. That's just a couple days ago. And it's saying that on Monday, his head in a news, former Surgeon General Adams had final words from Vice Admiral Darcy E. Crandall, and a smattering of officers who had arrived at Guantanamo Bay to witness his execution. And in an impassioned Adams delivered a lengthy whatever that word is, saying that the only reason, am I on the right thing? Yeah. The only reason he had betrayed Trump and the American populace was the deep state had threatened to harm his family if he didn't concede to their demands. You know, the 150 or 533 people, or whatever they are now. You know, and it goes in this length of what he said and all this other stuff. Doesn't matter anymore. You dealt with them. Da 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 da. Officer, and then at the end here it shows Adam shut his eyes and began to recite psalms. Even though I walked through the valley of death, blah blah blah. Adam scrambled, drew a deep breath, and motioned at the soldier atop the platform to push the button. And I'm like, what? What? I don't think so, bro. This is just okay. That's he's wearing one birth control. I think they already. Okay, I'm not going to touch that because you know I'm fat myself. But yeah, being obese doesn't help you get laid. I'll just tell you that. And we pop right into there. Okay, so a little conversation here with an L. Send me this, and I put that up, right? Surgeon General, you know, Twitter, you know, pictures of him and, you know, what the fuck was going on, you know. And then she checked, like, immediately, and I'm glad she did, because I was questioning it. Former Surgeon General, you know, hung himself, you know, they were, you know, just former Surgeon General hung himself. Is this true? And thankfully, all came back and said, yeah, I don't think so. Because, let me go into this thread here that I have, right? And then I find, and then she says that he's still sending information out. And this is like 10 hours ago, right? So I'm a little baffled and bewildered here. I'm a little concerned about where they got that information from. But what if he is? I mean, who fucking knows? Who fucking knows? It's just crazy. But the guy's a fucking nutcase, and they're all a fucking nutcase. And like you said, he gets all his orders from somebody else. And if you think Trump is your savior, then you're fucking completely lost your mind. Your better bet would be DeSantis, because he has actually denounced the World Economic Forum on several occasions, in several ways. Yeah, but that's just odd. That's just fucking odd. So I'm really curious. I mean, that's just, I'm, you know, curious as to what the fuck is going on with that. It's weird. There's some weird shit happening, you know, Ohio, and there's other train derailments and chemical plants blowing up all over the fucking place. There's actually one, here. I'm going to get it. Let me see here. Where is it? You love the surprise. There's lots of stuff going on. Oh, I love this one. And I think I saved it right here. Did I save it right here? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. This is good. And this is who we're dealing with. This is who runs our country and are in charge of bills and policies. And I'm not bagging on all of them, but I am bagging on all of them because all of them are fucking compromised, in my opinion, in some way or another. Right? None of them are fucking just pure. Most of them fucking are still, you know, hellacious investors or stock traders, even though they're policymakers that completely affect a stock exchange or any fucking trade, right? I mean, of course, policy changes will change a company and their revenue and their prospective future revenue completely. Just by one bill could just fuck one company and help another, or vice versa, right? But this guy's fucking brilliant. And this is pretty much what you're dealing with in regards to the, and on what's going on. But you got to watch this.
Guess which is it? Is it NBA or NFL? 36 have been accused of spousal abuse. 7 have been arrested for fraud. 19 have been accused of writing bad checks. 117 have directly or indirectly been bankrupted at least 2 businesses. 3 have done time for assault. 71, I repeat, 71 cannot get a credit card due to their bad credit. 14 have been arrested on drug-related charges. 8 have been arrested for shoplifting. 21 currently are defendants in lawsuits, and 84 have been arrested for drunk driving in the last year. How many of you think NBA? How many of you think NFL? Well, the answer is neither. It's the 435 members of the United States Congress.
Yeah. And that's, the fact checkers popped up right below that. You can't see it now because I've already clicked it. It was a duration of time, and this didn't happen then. It would happen like a few years ago. But 80 fucking 7, 80, 85, 80 plus DUIs in the past year. I mean, come on. What does that say? What the fuck does that say? Yeah, I have said since I fucking started Montauk back in late 2016, I started my blog talk radio show back in 2014, right, talking about the duopoly, the monarchy, let's say, of these 2 kingdoms, Republicans and Democrats. Just always fucking over the 99%. Just, there are still people that are homeless. There are still the working poor. It's $7.85 an hour or $7.90, I think they raised it to, or whatever in West Virginia. And some states don't even really have a minimum wage, right? Most companies are paying people what they really deserve, just out of the goodness of their hearts, which is still not what it should be because the minimum wage hasn't been touched since 2009. When Obama was there. And then in 2008, what didn't get touched also? Yeah, Roe versus Wade. They had 76, 75, anyway, over 70 days. They controlled the House. They controlled the Senate. The supermajority on both. The supermajority. Like, they could have fixed everything. Right? And they had a Democrat. The Democratic Party had everything. And what did they do? They created Obamacare. And they let Citizens United slip through the next few years after it changed a little bit in the House. Right? No big fight there. There was a little bit of friction. I remember Bernie talking about a little. But that was the giant catalyst that started, the 150 people that are running the world are able to contribute and donate and grease these fucking politicians across the United States. And the same thing goes in many different countries. Right? But in 2008, Roe versus Wade could have been codified. Period. LGBTQ rights could have been codified. Right? The minimum wage could have been codified. At least community college could have been codified. And I think that would have been fine. Right? Maybe daycare, stopping the war. I mean, did everything. Could have been fucking fixed. Right? So now it's probably going to flip back over to the Republicans who, all I'm going to say is this. Don't be surprised if it doesn't get better for the 99%. And I always bring this up and I always talk about this because that's a little label that nobody talks about. That's a little label that nobody fucking talks about. is the 99%. Because no matter how you fucking slice it or dice it or look at it or perceive it, at the end of the fucking day, the 99% always get the shitty end of the stick. It's just the way it works. And it's sad. Because nobody does anything about it, right? Nobody does anything about it. Yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on there. You just have a bunch of people that are just, we should drug test them. They should have random drug tests from not their own doctor, from us. I mean, we have completely lost control. The U.S. voting republic that believes that you are actually in charge of your public servant doesn't happen, right? I mean, there are some polite, decent, and very nice public workers out there. The guys with the shovels, the guys hanging from the pole, the guys pulling the shit out of your septic tank. I mean, these just gentlemen, and the women are just fantastic and professional and nice. But when it comes to the customer service, helping you out or trying to help you out, I mean, it's ridiculous. They get their orders from, the legislators, judiciaries, executives, and department heads. That's the bottom line. I mean, they want to be helpful. They want to be and do what they can for their fellow community and fellow citizen. Of course they do. But the utility companies aren't being ran, by the people, right? I mean, we've got here in Missouri, and also when I lived in West Virginia, and even in California is different. I don't know. They take really good care of the roads out in California. That's all I got. That's the only plus that besides the ocean, the fucking streets of at least where I lived in Southern California are fucking nice. I mean, everything's pristine. They're always working on the street. Not a bump, but out here, I mean, next to the capitals, right, of the states, and the roads are pristine. They're nice. They're flat. No potholes. No cracks. Smooth ride. Fresh asphalt. Concrete. Lights work perfect, etc., etc. But once you get out of there, away from the capital, it's crap. It's just, there's so many fucking, and it has nothing to do with the manager or the guy that runs the fucking people that work on the streets. It's not them. I hope you know that. Okay, good. It's your legislators, your judiciary, your executive. And I keep hearing, Biden about these infrastructure infrastructures. It's not fucking infrastructure. He's sending in like another $300 million after his $113 billion he's already given. And most of that money goes to the military-industrial complex of this country and NATO neighboring allies. I'm going to repeat. That is the biggest money laundering scheme I've ever fucking seen. And they're just writing blank checks. They don't have the money for it. Nobody has the fucking money for that, which probably isn't going to matter because in May, where they're going to go full CBDC, central digital banking system, or currency, something like that. Fed coin, and if that actually takes place, then like I've said in many of my shows in the past year, at least, or so, probably 2 years, you're done. If you can't stuff your dollar bills in a fucking mattress, and have your own value, they have your value. This is the biggest takeaway from this. Is it's in a bank, I have value because I trust the bank to watch over my money. But if you've seen in China and Wells Fargo, Bank of America, you've seen a lot of interesting TikToks and social media, and it's even been on mainstream local news where a reporter will say, these customers came into the bank and they tried to withdraw money and they couldn't, and then the bank shut down. Like a major bank, like Bank of America. Was that like the test pilot? Probably. Anyway, that's bad. You know, if you can't have your own personal wealth, and this is the biggest, most important piece of what the World Economic Forum is trying to do, and pretty much succeeding at this point, is to pull and take away your value, your personal value, your personal wealth, whether you have $3 in the bank or 3 million or 300,000 or whatever. They're going to be able to dictate if you're a good citizen, a model citizen, right? This is already happening in China, by the way, right? The social credit score, meaning you flip off somebody, you get dinged. You fucking argue with a council member at a school board meeting or whatever, you get dinged, right? You get docked. You get money taken away. You get less access. This is the 15-minute system. This is the 15-minute system, and this is not good. This is very, very not good. I tried to organize this because the other day it was a fucking nightmare. I'm just going to put it back with right here. Okay. So the 15-minute city, and this is the flyer that goes out, right? Now it's put stop the World Economic Forum, go to the site. It just, that site is not asking for donations. I'm not trying to get you to buy tickets to some fucking summit or, Amway Convention or something like that. God, these fucking idiots that are doing this shit. This is where it went wrong. And I talked about it in one of my shows already. Is, if you really give a shit about the people, you're going to do what you can to help the people, not take their money from them. That's all I have to say about that. Right? If you want to help me, you're welcome to help me. If not, don't worry about it. I work for a living. I fucking work for a living. Right? I work my ass off. I work my ass off. That's all I have to say. People call in sick with my work all the time. I get the overtime. I'm okay with it. Just, it gets a little draining. But my point is, right? My point is I'm not here, and I've never been here, begging and pleading and, hit the like and subscribe and send in those donations. We could really use the money. Everybody could use the money. There's not a person on this fucking planet within the 99% that doesn't have some serious debt or is trying to, and people have helped me, right? I've asked I've helped personal friends myself many times. And I'm very thankful for those people that have helped me. I have to say. But in regards to these 15-minute cities, let's go down and take a look and see how this really works. All right, let's take a look and see how this really works. The flyer is here. Please share what smart cities really means for you. It's a digital ID system. As of May 2022, there will be smart city governance initiatives in more than 36 countries worldwide. The world, that's quoted via the World Economic Forum. That's on their website. That's on their fucking website, people. This is not a fucking joke. This is real shit that's fucking happening, right? Look at that. As of May 2022, there will be smart cities governance initiatives in more than 36 countries worldwide. Just go to the website. You'll find it somewhere in there. Somebody did. And the shit you'll find in there when you dig deep to the World Economic Forum website will fucking freak you out. They'll freak you out. The shit that they say and talk about, and they're not kidding when they say you'll own nothing and be happy. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm trying to get to you. They want to strip you of your personal value. So they own you, which means that you are a slave. They want you all to be personal slaves. And if you do not comply, right, and if you're not complacent, right, which many will fucking jump aboard this, right, you're going to get your UBI. But the problem is that they're also trying to fucking depopulate massively. And it's working now, right? Your little thing in your arm, that's one way. The chemicals that they're spilling all over the world, the manure that they're fucking stopping from being used by the farmers out there that know how to raise their own fucking crops. No, they don't want to use Bill Gates' fucking crap. Because, anyway. So back to the smart city. God, I can go on. I could do this for like a day and a half. I swear to God, to go over all this shit that these bastards fucking want. Right? Digital ID, real-time data tracking, 20-minute travel limit without a permit. No, it says right here, so it says more camping holidays by the river, which really means no more camping holidays by the river, no more weekends. Oh, wait, sorry, I'm misinterpreting this. No more camping holidays by the river. So you can't just go out, go somewhere, travel. You have to get permission. You have to do certain things, right? No more weekends away. No more choosing which doctor you want to see. No more choosing which school your child will attend. All of your money, shopping, travel, entertainment, daily activities, and carbon footprint, thank you, Greta, will be tracked and monitored by your digital ID. If you exceed any regulations set by the government, you will be denied access to everyday activities. All local councils have already agreed to bring in the smart city agenda. A lot of them. I know that Ohio, one of the mayors in Ohio. I mean, it's gonna fucking happen in California and Oregon. The blue states are already fucking bending over for this, right? They're already bending over for this. But I don't hear the Republicans. First of all, I don't hear the Republicans saying fuck the World Economic Forum and their fucking cities and their social credit scores and all their other bullshit, right? And their endless fucking vaccines. I don't see that, right? I mean, how many do you need? Do you need, like, they want to do once every 6 months. I don't know. I'm laughing at this, but it's fucking hilarious. And people are like, oh my God. I mean, I'm still seeing people in the fucking store with their kids masked up. Right? And I'm not going to ask, and I'm polite. I'm not going to give them any shit. They can let them make their own decision. But you know that they're getting their fucking information from the wrong place. They're getting it from the mainstream media, which is brought to you by Pfizer. Right? We all fucking know that. Oh, okay. Back to the... Alright, so. Does this sound like an Australia you know? This is on Australia. Does this sound like the future you want for you and your family? Did you sign up for this? Right? Did anybody elect any official? Did I elect an official that said, hey, you know what? We're going to start a smart city. Or, excuse me, AKA a concentration camp. Smart city equals concentration camp. I don't care what the fuck you want to call it. It's a prison. They're making bigger prisons. Right? Escape from New York. Look, I'm just laughing at this because it's such a fucking dystopian joke. And people are just not doing anything. No, let's go protest against wars. Let's go protest against the wars that we've been protesting against forever. Right? How many countries on this planet have been protesting wars? For how long? Forever. Oh, that's helping. No, go to the source. stop this entity from continuing. Look, I'll show you the entity again. Here you go. These are the people that pull the fucking strings. I'll play that TikTok for you again if you need to see it. You know what? I'm going to do it again just because I think most of you fucking forgot about that already. Alright? Let's go back. How do I get back to it? Oh.
There's a deep connection between money as an instrument of change and what you're doing now at social
Look,
capital.
here's the thing. There's about 150 people that run the world. Anybody who wants to go into politics, they're all fucking puppets. Okay? There are 150, and they're all men, that run the world. Period. Full stop. They control most of the important assets. They control the money flows. And these are not the tech entrepreneurs. Now, they are going to get rolled over the next 5 to 10 years by the people that are really underneath pulling the strings. And when you get behind the curtain and see how that world works, what you realize is it is unfairly set up for them and their progeny.
Sorry, I just have to remind people because they fucking forget. They fucking forget. And who are these people, where do they hang out at? Oh, that's right, the World Economic Forum. That's where they fucking hang out at. Right? And they get their orders from fucking, like, assholes like Yuval Harari. Oh, wait, look at all these people. Oh, wait, where are these guys hanging out at? Oh, the World Economic Forum. Oh, look at that. Right? There they are up there. Right? The big divide and conquer people. Oh, who are all these people that Klaus said, what we are very proud of now is how we penetrate the cabinets around the world. Right? What the fuck? For fuck's sakes, man. Anyway, I'm not going to digress. I'm just going to keep moving on. It's fucking nuts. Fucking nuts. Anyway. Let me get back to it here. Okay, so they do that. We agree. Okay. If you care about these things, share and stay informed. Join our local community group and be a part of the conversation. It's time to stand up for ourselves and the future of our country before it's too late. Simple things make an impact. Let your local council know what you want. Say no to digital ID. Yeah, I've been telling everybody to fucking contact. This is the one thing I think you need to do to these people. Now, let me fix this so it looks nice. The one thing that you need to do to fix this is you've got to contact your city council member. Contact your mayor. And then have your mayor say, hey, do me a favor and contact the Senate. Right? Your Senate representative or your House of representative, right? And have them, talk to them and say, look, I'll keep calling you, Bob. I know you're the mayor and I know you care, but I ain't turning this place ain't going to be a fucking smart city. Right? I don't want any of that shit. Right? This property's mine. I'm keeping it. Blah, 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 blah. Because this shit is happening. It's fucking happening. But let's go bitch about a fucking war that they created. Wait, who created the wars? Yeah, these fuckers here. Right? All these motherfuckers. Here, hold on. Where we go? Here we go. Okay, look at that. Yeah, here they are, right here. Here's the cabinets he's penetrated across the world. There's more than that, by the way. This is the most informative thing I've fucking ever made. And you guys have, Rage Against the fucking War Machine. Whatever. Fucking waste. The Greatest Reset. What we are very proud of. Look at all these people. EU central banks. NATO. George Soros, the whole 9 yards. AstraZeneca, Moderna, Pfizer. This guy basically said he wants to take out fucking 50% of the population. This guy right here, this little fucker, right there on the left. Bill Gates wants to annihilate 2/3 of the planet, right? And they're all into it. Warren Buffett is not a fucking hero. I don't care what you say. He's a piece of shit just like the rest of them, right? The Rockefeller Foundation. I got to tell you right now. And then people go, that's it, Jim. It's the Rockefellers. No. The Rockefellers are pretty much gone, guys. Okay? They're the children that have taken over all of that wealth are still around. They've spent it all. They're just a bunch of small fucks now. But this is, what we're seeing, and I'm not going to get into super detail on this, but yeah, I'm just going to tell you that this was a fucking waste. I don't know who was in charge of this, right? But from what I'm hearing, not a single fucking person mentioned the World Economic Forum while they had the stage. Not one. Not one. Right? They didn't mention they didn't mention the Council on Foreign Relations, which is a big pumper of fucking war. I mean, I don't know what to fucking tell you yet. Right? I don't know what to fucking tell you yet. Anyway, so I have had my other channel got another strike, so I'll be down for another week. I don't know. So this channel's working, but when you have what's called an influence operator, algorithms, such as myself, that's kind of following, I can talk about daily headlines all day long, right? I can talk, everybody can, everybody does. But what I'm talking about is stuff behind there. I'm looking for information to show you that there are, I think, about 533 people now, according to this guy that was recently on. I don't know, but I'm going to find out and put it in the fucking notes. But, or if it's 150 some odd people, like that guy said in the video. But no matter what, there's a group of them out there. There's a big group of them out there. And they don't want you anymore. They don't care about you. They don't need you once it goes to fucking digital currency. They can make up their own fucking numbers. Right? They're at that point where they just like, we don't fucking need them. Dump them. We have our islands. We have our fucking shelters. There's this one video I brought up in one of my videos. By the way, you got to go to Odyssey to see all my stuff, because it doesn't stay here on this fucking YouTube channel, because these people are full of shit. They're very compromised. Very compromised. They're based out of Bruno something, California, or wherever. Or Idaho? Where the fuck are they from? Anyway, Utah, I think, right? San Bruno, California, San Bruno, Utah, something next. Anyway. And they do not follow the rights of our First Amendment. They don't. They don't, because it's not because they don't want to. It's because they're told not to. They're all everything they're told. They're instructed. They've been given their marching orders and their scripts. Everybody. And if you want to be a part of that, that's good. And if you want to keep digging on my channel, because I'm on my 7th channel now. And that's all happened from mid-2020, when I started questioning the fucking narrative that was out there. I started saying, this just doesn't seem right, which I've always done. Question authority and all of its sources at every turn. That's the goal, right? That's the fucking goal. And I think what's important for people to understand is they don't care about you anymore. They don't need you. They don't care about you. It's not about the money. They're not trying to fucking be rich. They just want to get rid of you. If you can't fathom that, then let me know, and or just go to the website. All you got to do is just go to the website, and they'll fucking tell you. Nobody's looking. Okay. Yeah, just go to the website, I have to plug it because it's important that I do that so people understand what the fuck is going on out there. I need to fix it. It's work in progress. Trust me, it's work in progress. But let me bring that up real quick. And then I'm on my merry way because I have some food waiting for me that I made. All right. Again, go to the website. Very simple. StopTheWF.org. You know, it's our world, not theirs. They think, and we have to stop them. And you're not going to stop them talking about stopping them from stopping the wars because that's part of their process. The wars are just part of their process. It's just part of the way they built all this. Right? It's the way they're building NATO with Ukraine. They're not building NATO to protect the world. They're building NATO to enforce what the World Economic Forum is bringing. That's what they're doing. It's a fucking red dawn. It's all internal. You know, like I've always said. It's you know, I mean, look at Building 7. Look at anyway. Yeah. So go to the website. Check out, I'll kind of just glide through it real quick. You want to go to the issues, there's lots of information in there. Some of that stuff I definitely need to update. Here's what they're really fucking doing. You know, and I've had that up since late 2020. Yeah, because I figured it all out. Sorry, I hate to burst your bubble, but I figured it out. If you're not fucking working on stopping this, then I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Because this is really bad. Right? I was that fucking black sheep that said, fuck you, I ain't doing this shit. Right? Yeah. Some of the stuff is good. I like some of the stuff I put in. The Green Party, fuck the Green Party, and, you know, the U.S. Green Party, they're full of shit now. They were compromised a long time ago. I figured that out. Yeah. Yeah. Here's a reminder. And this is CNBC that clearly stated you can't sue Pfizer or Moderna if you have severe COVID vaccine side effects. The government likely won't compensate you for damages either. That was on December 17th, 2020 by Mackenzie Segolas. I wonder if that person's still working there. Right? You know what? I'm going to look into that. Right? They're going after all of you. Okay, so the blog is great too. So it's loading. So eventually, I've got other people that I'm talking to right now. We're going to try to get a class action lawsuit against yours truly, YouTube, for taking down all of my information and on my. I mean, I was at like 700 or something subscribers in 2020, and I was just building. I was just starting to get the hang of it, started figuring it out about 2018, 2019, doing more shows, not shows, just content videos, I call them content videos. A show is not what you're going to get here. You're not getting a show. You know, if you want me to sing, you'll have to catch me at karaoke. I suck at that, by the way. But this is what's going on. You know, they keep taking down, you know, page after page, and people need to jump on board of this for sure. But let's just go to, if you can see that. Can you see that? Okay, good. You want to go here too, because that's FWF Stop the Globalist post status and updates page. What that is, which I definitely need to update because I haven't touched it in like a few months. I've been super busy, lots of stuff going on in my life. I'm trying to get settled in, get situated, get things fixed, and that's the way that's working. But what this is all the many different countries that are protesting in many different ways against the World Economic Forum. You know, they're not even thinking about war. They get it. They fucking get it, right? What the mainstream media and your own government or public system are not telling you about this thing, all right? And there's a lot of information. If anybody wants to go in there, there's a few things I'm going to update that with, though. I mean, I'm kind of on top of that. I created this November 2020, Resist the Reset, which I was on top of. Many people were not. I know Jimmy Dore wasn't there. He was not there. He wasn't anywhere around here until 2021. He actually took, I ain't going to get into it. You know, him and a bunch of his followers took the vaccine. Now they're fucking pissed at him. And I would be too. Because he fucking took one, and then he took another. It's like, way to go, Jimmy. Way to question authority and all its sources. You know? What's he say? Clarity and courage. Clarity and courage. Fuck. Oh, this is good too. I'm Hawaiian descent, actually 37.5 according to the OHA, but I'm 42% according to me in 23. But this is how to kind of deal with things, right? And, you know, you can't solve everything. You know, you can see here, there, and everything, but what's behind you can't fix. And there's a place to put that. Give it to God, give it to someone else, but just don't even worry about it sometimes. Because we can do what we can do when we're able. And that's all I have to say about that. All right. Toolkit, information. This is where a lot of sources, I need to update this. There's a lot of these standing websites and these people rising up against a lot of this. Some of these are stupid where you gotta buy tickets and shit. I really I would get in touch, or follow Steve Kirsch. You know, American Frontline Doctors, they have their fucking seminars where you gotta pay $500 to sit up front. It's like, fuck you. Why? We know what to fucking do. Get on the goddamn streets. Stop the Who. I like that. Who are you? There's some other ones. Deny, refuse. There's some attorneys out there that'll help you if you're getting fucked regarding the boob in your arm. There's some other things here that I need to update. Stay the course. Fuck your parties. That ain't gonna work. I put that in there. I think I'm gonna fix that a little bit here. Here's some channels that you guys should all watch. Just go here and you'll find them. Beauty and the Boomer. Did I put Trailer Park? Didn't I put Trailer Park in there recently? Dudism. I like these guys. Who else? Facts Made of Gray Zone, of course. The Quack Brothers. Rebel Capitalist. That guy's awesome. Super Awkward Fun Time L. She's got some good stuff. Grossly Authentic. Global Research. Redacted. These guys are fucking always on top of it. Maximum of Fun Gray Zone. Oh gosh, I need to get fucking Johnny Vedmore in there. I think I got him in there. Dr. Sewage, Jason Burmis for sure. Brian at High Impact Flicks, Jimmy Dore, Really Graceful, Spiros, Kuros, he's got some good stuff. James Corvette, not the fucking late night talk show guy, but this guy you guys have got to pay attention to. Ben Schwann has always been good. Awaken with JP, Kim Iverson. The Conscious Resistance, that's Derek Rose. Oh, of course. And I've had him on here with me. Last American Vagabond. This is during the time when Twitter took down his shit and YouTube deleted his crap. There's Roar Media. Definitely you guys should check that out. Frank Analysis has got some good stuff. Slow News Day, of course. Beauty and the Boomer, Nico House. Combo Couch. Got some after school special. I always love watching those. Very informative. And then here's my 5th and 6th YouTube. I gotta update that because now I'm on my 7th. Just fucking never ends, man. Let me see. About Us. Did I do that? Reality versus public services. Prostitutes WF. Okay, that's good. Maybe add some more stuff to that. Contact us. Does that even work? I don't even know. Try. Go there and see if it works. I need to check those. Oh, are you guys even seeing this? You guys are seeing this, right? Okay, good. Did you see what I was going through? Yeah, you did. Alright. So, I am going to say aloha. I don't want to get too deep into the war against the machine. I just think that was a fucking waste of time. There's a lot more things. Not a lot more things. There's one thing. One thing. There's one man. One fucking thing you need to fucking focus on. Right? If you just spread yourself all over the fucking place, you're fucked. You know? And I'm telling you, that's what it is. That's what it is right there. Other than that, I want to say aloha to everybody. Thank you for showing up, paying attention. This video will not... I don't think I got too crazy with this. I might leave it up. We'll see. I might leave this one up. Alright, but anyway. Aloha, everybody. Thank you for being here and paying attention. I'll just make a copy and put it on Odyssey like I do always, just to make sure. But take care of each other. Take care of your neighbor. Take care of the village. Most importantly, you know, be decent and respectful. You know, honest and truthful, and you know, like you always are. Like you guys always are. Most of you are just wonderful, wonderful people. I know that because I've been around, and I've been around some nasty fuckers too. But the majority of people on the planet are either just messed up because of the water they've been drinking, which is bad over time, and the environment that they lived in, which takes a toll on people. I get that. You know, whether it's family, the society, or you know, if you lived in L.A., you're going to be pretty fucked up usually. But some people come out of L.A. alive, you know, and they say stay sane. It's a lot to fucking deal with. Some people in small towns have a hard time. And now I'm going on a tangent. I'm not going to keep going through. All I'm going to say to you is I just truly believe that we can beat these fuckers, right? We outweigh them for sure together. But we outnumber them, you know, like 100 million to 1, right? We outnumber them. 10 million to 1. Like 1 million, 2 million, whatever. We just totally outnumber them. The only thing that I am concerned about, I'll leave it with this, is the petulant, childish-like behavior of these people, and they're all children. They're mentally fucked up. These sickos at the very top, pulling all the strings of everything. My only biggest concern, and that's why I'm saying they need to be taken down now. Now. Because if they keep controlling and doing what they're doing, they're going to get somebody to fucking say, you know what, we're going to push the button because if we can't have it, nobody can, and boom, that's it. This is the problem. This is the thing we need to fucking stop. I'm fucking telling you, these people are this way. They are that type of petulant, childlike, stubborn, you know, whiny little fucks, right? And they are. So we need to take them down now. You need to fucking go after these people now. Like I said, contact your city, state, official, just everything. Say, smart city? No. We don't want the smart city. That's not going to happen, fucking Bob. Bob the governor, Bob whatever, Bob the legislator. No. We're sick of the inflation shit. We want our fucking food back, stock our fucking groceries. We want everything like it was in the 70s. Fucking start that back up. Right? You know, and we'll try to be as green as possible, but like I've always said, we don't have a fucking climate problem. That's the most biggest fucking hoax on the planet, which I've done tons of research to tell you that. We have a pollution problem, right? We have, it's these containers. Container. I've got a solution for it. I've talked to Snork about it. If you guys know Snork, he's fucking awesome. Sycamore, I think, is on Twitter. He's been on a bunch of my shows. He's been with me for a long time. You know, bring your own fucking bag and container. How hard is that? Any takeout. Do you need... Can't you just hand them your fucking cup and just, you know, your canteen or something and say, hey, can you put Coke in there? Right? Can you put some fucking orange juice in there? Can you put coffee in my little coffee cup? how hard is that? Right? But instead, these packaging companies pay our legislators to not bring that up. Not just that, there's a lot of pollution, these fucking railways are bad, all this other, there's so many other things. What's great about what's happening with what they're fucking doing out there is they're exposing a lot of the fucking issues that we should be tackling. That's for damn sure. That's the side that I didn't think they thought about when they were fucking moving their chess pieces. They're if you're doing your research and if you're using your critical thinking skills, if you're trying to fucking figure out what's going on, you realize that they're actually shooting themselves in the foot, right? Because they're just going a little, they're on fucking warp speed, right? Warp speed. Remember the term warp speed back in 2020, right? Anyway, that's what's happening now. Hello, everybody. Like I said, anybody's invited here. Just be respectful, decent, mature, play around, whatever. But it's a good place to vent. It's a good place to fucking to talk and get your grievances out, because these are documented. I'm saving these. These are documentations of what's going to be of a lot of things that are happening, and a lot of my videos have been saved for the past few years, which is good. You should be doing the same thing. Anyway, aloha everybody. Thank you for watching and paying attention. You know what? I'm going to say it. Like and subscribe. Fucking subscribe the shit out of my crap. I don't know.